Hello, I'm here today to show you a random maze generator I've made. Got the generate new maze button that generates the maze. We've got a start countdown button, which starts the countdown when you start the maze. And this here, players can put prizes in here to go at the top of the maze so that whoever solves the maze can get the prize. So first we gotta generate a new maze. The floor turns red and will turn green once it's finished generating. Over here we have 4 entrances, one at each side of the maze. And the maze generates to be 3 levels high. The first level, you have to find your way to the center of the maze, and then you'll get on the second level. Once you're on the second level, you have to get to the corner of the maze, any one of the 4 corners, and then you make it to the third level. And on the third level, there's a chest in the middle, which is right here. That hopper is how the items get put in the chest. So if I come down here, that chest was empty. If I come down here and I push this button, it empties out this chest, and it puts it all in the chest up here. It actually creates another chest, which goes into the hopper, which goes into this chest. The reason for this setup is so that if somebody else puts items in that chest and pushes the button, it won't end up deleting the chest that has the items in it. Instead, it'll replace this one that's empty. And then over here we have hardcore mode. This gives you 4 minutes before the maze will catch on fire, and there will be some explosions, and the floor will start deleting itself slowly. So let's see how the generation works. This is a combination of World Edit, CraftBook, and CB Wrapper. CB Wrapper allows me to put World Edit commands in a command block, and World Edit, let's see, what was the thing? CraftBook has these things called toggle signs, which I used to avoid having to use World Edit for everything, which allows me to do something like right here. This will clear this part here so it can generate a new maze. So when you push the button, this signal comes down here, clears the lower area, and it just deletes the current maze. Then it comes around and it does a whole bunch of position selecting and copying and pasting of different maze parts, and that's what all of this is doing, and it turns certain parts into leaves and wood, and that's just all of this. It's a huge mess because I didn't have any sort of pre-planned method. Then when you start the countdown, it comes here and it just has a bunch of command blocks that tell players that the maze is starting soon. Next up is hardcore mode, which was rather simple, and I have a separate entrance for that over here. This here, so that if players dump water in here, if I accidentally leave it open, it doesn't destroy the redstone. So you basically have 4 minutes of redstone repeaters, and it comes out right here because this is where 4 minutes ends. And then from there it selects 2 positions, and then it replaces a little bit of it with fire. A little bit of the air gets replaced with fire. Then over here it starts deleting the floor. That's what all the command blocks along here are, as well as this one right here, which this one actually creates the TNT. So, let's start the maze in hardcore mode. I'm gonna wait till it says 10 seconds so that I have more time. Okay. Let's go select our color. I think I'll pick orange. This is just a teleport command block down here. And then that deletes and I can start. The maze is randomly generated every time it's created, so even though I created the maze, I can still play it, and the maze can be solved many times without memorizing the maze. So you never run out of a number of times to play it. And this is using a world edit command that runs a JavaScript script, I'm thinking it's called, and what it does is I've got a script for world edit installed that allows it to generate this maze without me having to go through all kinds of command blocks to make it happen. And I'm back at the center. That's not where I want to be. Let's go into survival. That way when it catches on fire, I can actually get hurt from it. I go this way? Man, this is... Normally, the first and third levels are harder because you have to find your way to the center, and this middle level is usually easier since you have 4 different corners that you can go to. I think I might punch through a wall if I don't find a corner soon. There's a corner. You made it. Now, I think there's not much time left before the maze catches on fire. I don't know how much time I have left. Oh yeah, and right here, it generates glowstone in some random places in the maze, so that there's light enough for players to see, but it's a low enough amount of light that mobs could still spawn in here. Although mobs don't spawn in here very much. I'd have to light up caves and light up all this outside area for quite a distance if I wanted mobs to spawn in here. And there's the fire. The fire really reduces the FPS a lot. And there's the floor deleting. Oh, no, don't die. See if I can survive until this floor deleting and fire is all gone. Then I can easily get to the prize Although, it's really difficult to not die of fire in here. Oh, shit. Well, I'm gonna die. I'm not dead. No, I'm dead. A lot of people can't play this maze in hardcore mode because their computers, they just end up with no FPS once it starts on fire. I had a command block down there. I was going to use it, but it didn't work out how I was planning. That's all there is to it.